I'm about to head on over to the Willow Glen tour meeting. Thanks for watching this week, and we're missing Monica, so you got the two guys this week, just Mike and myself. But we're going to go ahead and go on over what went pending for the week and what's new on tour, so those new properties that just hit the market that we're going to go take a look at, and then we're going to talk about some statistics and what's not yet on the market. I hope you've really been enjoying the videos that we've been producing, and remember to subscribe to our channel. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, everybody, let's see if we can get this started. So, how's everybody doing today? Life treating you well? Things are good? Well, that brings up our party last week. Monica's not here today. Monica and Patrick took a trip down south, so she was unable to be here today. But when they do get back, we want to thank them for hosting that party. That was a great time of all those that came. Thank you for being there. Go ahead and applaud them. They can hear you in LA. Come on. They do an outstanding job. It's amazing. The Farnsworth House is perfect for entertaining. I think we set that party up in 20 minutes and tore it down in 15. So once again, when she gets back, we want to thank them and thank everybody who attended and brought food. And we had a great time. Thank you for that, RC. Appreciate you pointing that out. So let's see. Our words of wisdom today: in the middle of the difficulties lie opportunities. And that cannot be any truer than some of the things. I've got a great story to tell today. I think that when we're challenged, we're stronger. I mean, everybody who's still in this room today made it through the worst that any of us has probably ever seen in real estate. And we've all learned things from that period of time in our lives. If it was better marketing, better client management, better financial budgeting, right? All of those things that make us able to be here today, we learned something. So congratulations to everybody for that. So last night, Sereno had a company event. We had the 70s bowling night. And so the theme was everybody wore bowling, 70s attire. So Dave, you have a picture to show? There you go. So on the right, yes, that is me. On the left is Chris Trapani. So what Chris Trapani said, because I looked so good in that outfit, he says, if you will wear that to tour and do the whole tour and the meeting in that outfit, he goes, I'll make a check to your charity of cause. I said, how much? He goes, you tell me. So I told him, I said, I want you to donate $500 to Willow Glen football. So next week, bring your cameras, because I am going to wear that suit to this meeting and run the tour. All right, so let's move on with what's going on in real estate. So, with our sales this week, we had 12 sales. Last week we had 10. Obviously, last week was influenced by the 4th of July holiday. Our count actually jumped up to, what, about 82, John? Yeah. About 82, which was a good sign for a healthier market. But when we look at it, do we all agree that the market has slowed up a little bit? Offers are not coming in as much. I think some properties are going to need some price adjustment, because as agents, we were kind of, hedging the curve. We were looking ahead saying, look, this thing really is worth $750. The market's crazy. Let's try $775. That doesn't pan out, and all of a sudden $750 was a little bit aggressive too, so maybe $740 would work. So our pricing, I think, is going to have a little bit of adjustment. I think buyers are getting a little savvy. Interest rates jumped a little, Dave, did they? Yeah. That have much effect? He'll talk about that in a minute. Sure. And so when we look at this, once again, we have a nice spanning of pricing. Dale Avenue, $1,008,000. That was $1.8 million. That was Val's listing. We looked at that. Dry Creek is highlighted, 391 days on the market. That was, I think, a little south of Lee. Was that Mike Guerrero's listing? After that, Coke, Margot, Harmel, Willow Creek, Minnesota, Rubino, Cross. That was Melinda's. I think that sold very fast. That was cute. That's kind of a hidden little area over there, Cross and those streets. It's a nice little quiet spot if you're not too far off the town there. Let's see, Lexford, Fuller, 128 days on the market, and Meridian. Healthy span from 545 to $1,008,000. Once again, that's a good range. Counts at 77, and sales at 12 are normal. That's not really a crazy number. We've had a long period of time where we were 10 to 15 sales a week. We jumped into the 20s and even 30s at one point, and now we're kind of coming back to a more normal market. You know, Dave puts together some great stats for me that I use each week and kind of show my clients. Come on in, Carolyn. Come on through. It's okay. Nobody notices. Shh, quiet. Shh, just sneak in. And so that's good information to give your clients, because we are going to have to start pricing things, I think, a little more appropriately, because we can't be as aggressive because the market isn't as hot as it was, but it's still great. Numbers are correct on the left, but they're not in order. So if you have a house on tour, could you start making your way along the bar over here so we can give you a chance to talk about your properties? First person is going to be Marcy Montemar.
This is the third time you guys have heard about this. Yeah, it's 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, all staged, landscape designers home, really classically styled, very, very, very charming. Looking forward to showing you guys. $1,189,000.
Hi there, we're going to see my listing on Park Wilshire today. It's right across the street from Door Park. It's short walk to Park Wilshire Pool Club, which is optional. And it's almost 3,000 square feet. The price is $986. They've done a ton of stuff to it, which you'll see when you get there. Thanks.
Good morning. You're going to be seeing Lincoln Avenue, 1785 Lincoln Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,800 square feet, over 10,000 square foot lot. Beautiful Spanish Mediterranean with multiple entertaining areas. Even though it is on Lincoln, the driveway and the entrance can be on Lorry. So it's got an oversized 2-car garage with a workout room or an office, and 3 bedrooms are all upstairs. So come by.
Hi, good morning. Alicia Duarte with Intero. I have a nice listing at 2786 Gardendale. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, large lot, approximately 9,000 square feet, 2,000 square foot, detached garage and hardwood floors inside, large living room, dining room, family room, fireplace. Very nice for $899 on a very quiet street.
Leave with your address.
Hi, I'm at 1044 Camino Pablo. Bill Lester and I have this listing. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,518 square feet. Very updated, high ceilings, open floor plan, absolutely gorgeous. So hopefully you'll come by and take a look.
All right, who's next? There you go.
Got a little townhouse right around the corner, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2.5 streets. Bedrooms and a small PUD of 6 units, semi-gated community, right around the corner.
And just to kind of reminder, because over the last 3 weeks or so, we've been booking up very, very quickly. In fact, I'm actually on August 1st, and I've already got requests for August 8th, because the 25th is already full. And these things seem to fill up a couple weeks in advance, so just remember, on the very front of your tour sheet, or actually on that page 2, it says, how do I get my property on tour? It's email tour@willowglentour.com. Calling Mike is probably your worst on that. Mike, did you have anything else, or do you want me to kind of go into...
Get into the stats.
Right.
We're missing Monica, our pace setter.
Our pace setter.
Wait a minute. I do have something. All right, as I always begin, I want to thank rookies, Jesus and Miguel, for letting us come in here early. Thank you, guys. I always want to thank Dave for all he does, and believe me, he does a lot. We've got a great balance going now. It's working out. I want to thank Dave for all he does. I want to thank Kyle from Hands On for doing the videography today. You can always find this meeting. Let's give him some love. God, I'm staring at that picture. It scares me. It looks like a cast member from Donnie Brasco. I don't know what the hell. I got to work on that. Maybe something. But you can find the video each week. And Dave and I've got to get this more organized, but it does come out about Friday afternoon. That you can go on the YouTube channel. And if you do miss something, if somebody said something, you go, what did they get? I get that call often. Hey, so-and-so mentioned a property. All the properties, all the information is going to be on that video. It's about 20 minutes long. It's broken into 3 segments.
Subscribe to your channel.
Subscribe to our channel and you'll get the information and know when it comes up. But that way you can also send it to your clients, so when you promote their property, you can show them that you're doing stuff, above and beyond what they would expect. So Dave, go ahead with the stats.
So rates are obviously a little bit higher. We're in the mid-4s right now. But Paul right here and I actually took our real estate test together in 1991. When we got in the business, and we went back and looked because we were just kind of curious. And in 1990, the interest rates were at 10.13, and they were 9.25 on average for the whole year for 1991. And I know when I started in February, they were actually at 10%. And I remember when they dropped to be like single digits, it was like hurrah, right? And if you take that whole chart and you average it out over the 30 years, because that's 30 years worth of interest rates, and you take the average rate of that, it's actually 7.92%. So when we're saying we're at 4.5 to 5%, it's a great deal. So just to keep that in mind when you're talking to your clients, that even though it's higher than what it was just like 30 days ago, it's still a really good deal.
Are you posting that for us?
I didn't post that. I'll make copies available and bring them to next week too.
Good job, Dave.
Okay. I also have FHA as well, and there's some other rates too, but I thought that was the most compelling one. Yeah, it's a great one to share with clients. So let's talk about what's happening specifically here in Willow Glen. And let's talk about what's gone pending. We took that front page, averaged them up, and added up to $964,197. And if we did that last year, it was at $851. And as we always do, we always like to do a 12-week average to kind of let you know where we're on pace for the quarter. So as you can see, we've got the numbers are actually getting a little bit closer together than some of our higher price listings in prior weeks. In the last couple, about 30 days ago, we saw a lot more higher price listings go pending versus where we're at now. So our 12-week average is at 957. So we're a little bit ahead of the average for the quarter, but for the month we're a little bit below. When we compare that 12-week average from 2012 to 2013, it's about 12% gain. We've seen as high as like 17, 18% gain in weeks past. So just kind of let you know where we're at in regards to that. Now when we move away from dollars, we go into units. We're selling a little bit less units in comparison to 2012 because we had 12 that went pending this week. As you know, we had 10 the prior week. It was 4th of July week. In 2012, we did 23. So we had lower priced homes, less inventory, a little bit more inventory, but 23 went pending last year, 12 this year. And then to kind of average it out, I threw in the 2011 numbers because that was at 17. And then when we look at the 12-week average of that, we're at 17. So you can see that we're a little bit below the pace of where we've been for the quarter. So step it up, guys, right? When we get away from that, one of the other nice things that we do is we always keep track of the count of where we've been. And Willow Glen is kind of its unique area, as we already all know, right? And when we look at the count, we're at 77 versus last year we were at 95. So we're bucking the trend in regards to the greater San Jose area. I'll bring those numbers up in just a little bit because you'll see that we're outpacing 2012 in most areas throughout the greater San Jose area. Not in Willow Glen though. So we had 95 last year, we had 77 this year for this week, 194 back in 2011. And to average that out over the last 12 weeks, we were at 69 for 2013 and 75 for 2012. I hadn't been tracking it for a full 12 weeks prior in 2011. So that 12-week average number will be coming up. We're about halfway into those 12 weeks, so about 6 weeks of tracking that number in 2011. So we can bring those numbers up for you coming soon. Days on market though, so here's the cool thing. It's not going to be necessarily for this week when we're at 59 because we had some ones that were a little bit longer that finally went pending. We were 36 last year, we're at 59 this year for average days on markets for a particular week. But this is exactly the reason why we do a 12-week average of that. So we're only 27 days on market for a 12-week average, and we were at 40 last year. So we are selling things much quicker this year compared to last year. Now to keep you well-rounded and let you know what's going on outside of Willow Glen, and it does of course include Willow Glen, areas 1 through 23, we're going to add in the Class 2 properties, your condos and PUDs, into these numbers. And you'll see that we're at 1755, so we're 305 more units this year compared to last year. Last year we were at 1450. So the other thing is we brought on 269 units in 1 week, guys. That's a lot. Now, I know that we had the prior week, we were down a little bit, and it was 4th of July week, so that might have something to do with it. But 269, that's a huge tick up, and 305 more than when we were last year. So we're already outpacing. So for your other areas outside of Willow Glen, you really got to pay attention to the numbers because they are higher than what they were last year. Now, also keep in mind that we're a little sensitive about the count, but in reality, for areas 1 through 23, a healthy market's about 3,500. right? So we're still super low, but we have to make sure that we price things right. But as far as inventory count, 1755 is still a really, really low inventory count, even though it looks a lot bigger than where we were in 2012, just to kind of keep that in perspective. Our pendings are a little bit off pace. We're at 2,025. That's actually down 68 for the week. Last year we were at 3,297, and that's a differential of 1,272 compared to the prior year. The other stat that I always like the best is the percentage of what is under contract. And what I put up today is that we're 52% of our Class 1s under contract. That 66.5 number was exactly a year ago. So we have 52% of our inventory currently under contract, or the opposite of that number would be 48% available, right? So 48% of the time you see a for sale sign out on the street, you can put an offer on that property. Last year it was only about a third of the time. So you can kind of see how the count has risen and how that affects what's available for people to put offers on, which would be the opposite of these numbers. For our Class 2, you've seen a bigger jump in regards to that, because we're at 57 now, 57.7 versus 78.7 last year. So we're bringing on a lot of Class 2 properties. So your condos and PUDs are coming on a lot stronger than your single families. And so if you're bringing on a Class 2 property, you're probably going to have to be a little bit more accurate in sharpening that pencil to make sure you've got that price right so your days on market aren't too long. So hopefully you found this information useful. I try my best to get this up on the Facebook as fast as I can. I'll have it up by tomorrow at the very latest, but I usually try to get it up same day. If you aren't a social, at least electronically, you can email me. I'll email it out. I know that some other people besides Mike in the crowd have asked for the stats before, and I'm more than happy to email them over to you, as well as give you the raw data. And I know that Mike uses that a lot in his listing presentation, so if you ever need that, let us know. And now that, since Monica's not there, I know I'm not as glamorous as her, but let's start to talk about what is not yet on in Willow Glen, and let's split the room in half. So let's start with the left side this time. So why don't you come on over? You got a not yet on, and I'll hand the microphone to you. And Gina, why don't you tell us what you got coming up?
I have two 1665 Collingwood, over 2,700 square feet. It's going to be on tomorrow. $1,595,000, two-story, lovely, beautiful house. And 1791 Cherry Grove Drive. It's on the corner of Cherry Grove and Hearst. That should be on in about 8 days. I'm just getting roof and termite reports. 949. That's about 2,300 square feet. If anybody wants to see either of them, let me know. Collingwood will be open all weekend. Thanks.
Hey everyone, I have a listing that's coming on. It was on a few weeks ago. We bought it. We're restoring it back to its beauty. It's 1221 Glen. It'll be on the market probably in about 3 weeks. 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It'll be gorgeous. New kitchen, new bathrooms, everything.
Price?
Not sure yet. Around $1.25 million, give or take. Okay. Lynette, 656-9297.
Hi, I have a great new listing coming up in a few weeks on Larkspur Drive. It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,945 square feet, hardwood throughout. It rarely comes up on this street. It's a nice shaded street. We're coming in at $869, so if you'd like to take a look at it before, let me know. Owners are right now making repairs. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, Dave Gonzalez, Legacy Real Estate.
Yes.
There was a question. What was the question?
1543.
1543 was that address. Go ahead, Dave.
1543 was that address. 1099 Westwood coming on the market next week. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Pretty good size at 1,656 square feet in the heart of Willow Glen, really close to Bramwell Park. We're going to price that at $825. It'll be live next week. Thanks a lot.
Doris Vela, Coldwell Banker. Mine just went on yesterday and I just missed the tour, and I'm bummed because Dave really tried to help me out. Anyway, I'm just a few doors down from Susan's that you're going to see. You can just look over at mine. But same floor plan. Hers is a 5-bedroom, mine's a 4-bedroom because we have a larger family room, or at least it started out that way. Her clients have bumped it out over 700 square feet. Mine is priced at $878, so 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Very original, but we updated carpet, refinished the hardwood floors, new vinyl, and inside and outside paint. Beautiful project for someone. Thank you.
Okay, 1363 Curtis Avenue. I talked about it in the past. It goes on the MLS today. It is a cute little house. It's a 2-1. It needs work. It's got its issues. Has a basement. About 800 square feet on about a 4,800 square foot lot. That'll go on the MLS today at $595. If you want to get in early, let me know. Give me a call, 408-568-2800. We got a couple announcements, right? Things coming up. I do want to support the firefighters. Have a car show coming up at Kelly Park. Lori Ojeda, her husband Tony, is very involved in this. So it's a great time. It's at the historical section of Kelly Park. It is September 21st of this year. And if you want more information, you can contact myself or Lori.
Linda Sutton, and I have a house on 1113 Nevada. Beautiful French chateau, 4,600 square feet. Lot is approximately 13,000, 4 bedroom, 4 bath. The price is $2,880,000, and the selling agent will be receiving 3%, which would be $86,400. It's now very easy to show. Just call the Heather, the owner, and she will be glad to show it at any time. It's walking distance to town and looks like a French chateau and was built approximately 6 years ago. So if you have any questions, give me a call, Linda, at 408-209-1719. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, 854 Minnesota, Unit 121, a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse. Walk to Lincoln in 2 minutes. 2-car garage. It's got a yard. It's got a newer kitchen. Priced at $628. It'll be open both days this weekend. Thanks.
Hi, I have a listing coming up in Erickson Park area, Blossom Valley. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's 1,791 square feet. Owners are making repairs right now. We're coming in at $675, so my number's 591-7778, Lisa Wiseman.
Terry Kelly, I've got a 3-bedroom, 1-bath in the southern part of Nagley Park. It's a cute 1,100 square foot home on a 4,700 foot lot. It's got dual pane windows, hardwood floors throughout, air conditioning. It's a nice, cute home with like a little orchard in the back on a great tree-lined dead-end street. No traffic down there. So we're asking $499. If you've got anybody looking, it's 598 Orvis Avenue. It's off of 12th Street, South 12th, in the Nagley Park area.
Okay, one last one right here.
Mark Luna and Terra Real Estate. I have one that's not on the market yet. It's just a stone's throw from here. It's a little 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo at 581 Shadow Dance Drive, and it's highly desirable end unit on the bottom, and 871 square feet. We're coming on at 305, and it needs a little TLC, but it's a great unit.
All right, thanks, guys. Hey, I've got just a quick announcement. Actually was emailed to the tour email address, and that was, and it wasn't specifically Alon Pinal agents, but that's who brought it to our attention, that there is another agent that's posting a little thing on people's signs. It's got a QR code and says, hey, if you're interested in putting an offer on this house, contact me. Not me, Dave Campagna, but me, the person on that card. So the tip here today, guys, is to make sure that you are driving by your properties and looking at the signs. And it's really small. It's like business card size. They tape it right on there so people can scan it with their mobile device or their smartphone. So make sure you guys are looking at your listings and making sure when you're filling your flyer box that you're looking for that as well. I know we got a couple of...
Make-A-Wish, do Make-A-Wish while you got it.
Okay, no problem. So on August the 1st, there is a kickoff party for the Make-A-Wish, which has raised, what, $800,000 over the last 20 years? There's flyers, they're black, they're out in front there. It's $25, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're running out of time, but if you want tickets to see me in the event, if you need more information on the event, KB's here from Chicago Title that, as well as others, and that starts the week after that. So that's gonna be Thursday, August 1st. You have a party coming up too?
I do. Good morning, everyone. Carolyn Palmieri with Silicon Valley Associates. Want to invite all of you. We're celebrating our 6th anniversary. We're going to have entertainment, wonderful food, and please come join us. We're, again, Silicon Valley Associates. We're in the Rose Garden area at 1590, the Alameda, and we'd love for you all to come and join us to celebrate. And it's a week, I'm going to have flyers out front. It's a week from today from 4 to 8, July the 25th, 4 to 8 o'clock. Okay, so please come. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. All right, so I got a real quick story I want to tell, something that happened because it has had a profound effect on me. And if you don't believe in miracles, you have to hear the story. I told a few people, they told me I really should tell it today. I know we're tight on time, so I want to make it quick. So you guys remember last week I brought that orange station wagon that I drive around with the surfboard on top, right? Sunday there's a car show. I push that car down my driveway and I park it at the end of my driveway because I don't want to start it up and wake up the family, the neighbors, everybody else. I get the car ready about 6 o'clock in the morning, about 7:30 I go to start it up, won't start, won't start, won't start. And I'm panicking because I want to go to this car show, I've got all my stuff ready to go. I start crawling underneath, I'm looking at the fuses, I go into the hood, and I realize, people know old Chevrolets, you can take a screwdriver, go down to the starter, you can get the engine to turn over. Quicker. So I go, it's a jump start, right? So I go in there, it turns over, you go, okay, I'll just do this. I'll make this thing run, I'll drive it to the show, I'll use a screwdriver to start it up, and I'll take it home the same way. So you have to go in, you have to turn the key on. So I go inside, I turn the key on, I go outside of the car, I reach over the hood, I touch the starter, the car starts up, chokes on, and it's in reverse. And it takes off down my driveway. And it's moving fast, because it chokes on. You know, when a car idles higher? In a moment, I decided it was time to do something, and I took off running, and thank the Lord, the passenger door was unlocked. As I'm running down my driveway into the street, I jump in through the passenger side. The car slightly turns and misses my neighbor's brand new Lexus, goes between the Lexus and a telephone pole, and is now going up the lawn into their house. I reach over, all I got is, I got one jam finger in my knee. I reach over, I hit the shifter, put it in park, pull the emergency brake, and the rear fin slid right up to the front window. Didn't touch a thing. Didn't scratch anything, didn't hit any cars. So if you don't believe in miracles, there were several little ones that came into place on Sunday. The amazing thing is I went to the car show, I won 4 raffle prizes in the 50-50 drawing. It was my day. So I want to tell that story. Believe in miracles, good things do happen. Have a great day. See you soon.